Hey there, let's talk about vaping today and 4 tips that you need to know when you start loading your pen. So I have a couple of different styles of vapes that I want to show you. I have a vape pen like this and a little small one like this, and then a desktop version like this. So this is plugged in to power and it runs that way, whereas these ones are portable. So this is called a desktop vaporizer, and these are called portable vaporizers, and this one's like a vape pen because of the size and style of it. So we are going to load this one today, and then I will do another video on loading the desktop vaporizer. This pen is pretty much the same as this as far as loading goes, so I'm not going to do a separate video on this one. But some key differences here: this one has a screen. So if I turn it on, I'm not sure you can see, but yes, you can see some numbers there, and that indicates that the temperature, it's heating up and it's getting to temperature. So I'm going to turn it off for now because I don't want it to get hot. And you can adjust the temperature to what you need. Different temperatures will bring out different terpenes. And if you're interested in that, we'll do some more training videos on that as well, what the temperatures are for. This one just has one setting, and so you can see it, actually it's already smoking. So it's pretty hot right now. I don't know what's in there, I didn't check. But this one does 2 different things. So it does flour, so this one only does flour. And it also does concentrates or shatter, not concentrates so much as shatter or wax. And so that's like a really, really thicker substance. And this pen will do that as well. I do find this one harsher because you can't adjust the temperature. And so if you are new to vaping, or you're specifically using it for a specific purpose, medicinally, then I would go with a pen like this. This one's pretty affordable. I think it's about, I don't know. I don't want to tell you the wrong one, but I'll find some prices for you as well. If you're interested, just drop me a message and I can get you some pricing on where to get this one in particular. And there's many vapes on the market. You can spend hundreds of dollars, you can spend $70. So it just depends on how much you're going to be using it, how much wear and tear it's going to be getting, and the features. It's USB charge, that's really important. And temperature setting, having a ceramic bowl on the inside. Okay, let's open it up and see. So I do have some flour already in here, so I'm going to take that out. And so tip number 1, it's actually tip number 4 because it's the last tip when you're working with a vape, but because this was already full, I will use it as the first tip. So is to take your ABV already been vaped. So if it's already been used, I'm gonna take it and keep it. And this one actually I didn't even smoke yet. I loaded it as an emergency during the night, the other night when I was having a migraine and I wanted to have a vape pen by my bed in case my migraine woke me up, and it didn't. I was able to manage it with the vape I had before bed and as well with tinctures, and so I didn't need it. So I am putting it in my discard pile, but I'm going to tell you why, so you can see the lightness on that, the difference in the colors. So basically what's on the top is raw, and then what's underneath the darkness is what I've saved from already been vaped before. So it's already been decarbed, and we have another video about what decarbing is and how to do it. Basically it activates the THC and the CBD so that the compounds are active. But it's not dead because I haven't smoked my flour like you would in a joint where it combusts and it's all gone. It's burning into ash. There's no longer any product there to work with. But when we're vaping, it kind of decarbs it, but it doesn't take out all the medicine. And so you want to keep that. So this I will use to put into a topical or into a light edible, and infuse it into that. So don't throw away your ABV, keep it, and it's a great affordable way to work on reusing and putting it to use in other ways. So I'm going to use a Durban Poison in my vape here. So this is a really nice nugget, and when you're working with a pen, you do need to grind. So I've got 2 different grinders here to show you. This one's a plastic one. And I really like it for its, let me show you here, because it's tall and it's easy to grip. So if you have any issues with your hands or joints, make sure you get a bigger grinder so that you can actually work it. So some of these smaller ones, like this one's super pretty. It's steel. It has a compartment on the top where you put the flower, and then a second compartment where your ground flower comes out. I've already got some ground flower in there. I don't know what it is. And then a third compartment at the very bottom that catches the keef, or the very fine particles from when you are grinding. And so you can see a little bit of residue there. So once that gets fuller, I can use this little tool and scrape it all out, and then I can put that in on top of the vape pen once I fill it up, to give it a little extra boost. So this is a really nice extra boost of terpenes and wonderful compounds, so don't throw that away either. So this one is nice because it has that keef collector. The plastic one does not, and so I can't collect the keef on this one, but that's okay. I don't tend to use it a lot, and it takes a long time to actually collect it, so I wouldn't worry about it. So there's a little bit of flour in here. Again, I don't know what it is, but I can always use these extra bits of flour to add to another something that I'm making, so that I kind of know what's, so I don't inhale it without knowing what it is. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Durban Poison. So Durban Poison is like a sativa, so it's energizing, a daytime blend that's really good for pain. It's a great migraine reliever, energizing, and yeah, good for the daytime. And so that's going to work for me today. So grind it up really well, and as it's grinding, you can really smell the terpenes being released. It's really nice. Yeah, quite nice. And so we're going to load the pen, and inside this one you can see it's a white color, so that's a ceramic bowl is what's going on in there. It's ceramic, and that's what you want. I don't want plastic bits or aluminum or things that are kind of toxic to us when we heat them and then access them into our respiratory system. So I like the ceramic bowl. It seems the safest to me. And I'm going to so tip number 2. So tip number 1 was keep your already been vaped, so you ABV, keep your ABV and turn it into something else. Tip number 2 is grind your flour first. Tip number 3 is pack it down, but not too tightly. So you don't want to like jam it in there so that there's no airflow, but you do want to make sure that everything is in there snug. This kind of tools are very important. So often your pen will come with a tool. If it doesn't, then you can get kits with tools in them as well. So I'm going to get a little bit more. So this particular tool has a scoop on one end and a pokey bit on the other, and so I like to use them both. It's very handy. So I'm just going to pack that in there lightly. This Durban has like purple leaves, purpley kind of leaves. It's really pretty. Okay, and a touch bit more. And as you are loading your pen is your good time to think about your intention. What is your intention for your vape session today? And mindfully consider that. Focus on your breath as well. This can be a meditative practice. It doesn't have to be rushed, but just take your time. And this is part of your self-care. And so then I've got my lid on there, and I'm going to push the button 5 times to activate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have it set for, actually I can't remember what I have it set for, what the temperature. So I'll let it get up to temperature, and then we can see. So as you're getting ready to inhale your vape, I would either, what do you do with the smoke? So on a vape, there's a lot less smoke than in a joint. And so some people feel safe just blowing it into the room wherever you are. Others like to use, like me, I like to use a smoke buddy. So there's lots getting out there on the market. So this one has a carbon filter in it, so I blow in it, and then the air that comes out is clean, so I can use it in an indoor space. Or blow it outside. So often I'll blow it out the window or out the patio door or wherever I am, if I am smoking inside or vaping inside. So I am ready. I'm at 388 is my temperature, and I actually want to go down to 360 or 375. I'm going to try 375 and see what that is. So there's lots of variety in your in where you're choosing, but 360 to 375, let's give that a try. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, and you want to focus on slow, deep inhales. So the vapor is going into your respiratory system, the terpenes, the cannabinoids are going to go right into your lungs. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to breathe in deeply or hold it, or it's just going to automatically happen. So it's best to do this in the most relaxed way possible, breathing in slowly and then exhaling right away, taking 2 to 3 puffs and noticing how that feels. Waiting. So take a couple of puffs. Notice what you're working on, if it's pain or whatever. Did the 2 to 3 puffs manage it or not? Take some time to really listen to your body instead of just going crazy. So start with a few puffs at a time and then see how that goes. So let's give that a go. So I'm going to inhale and then I'm going to exhale through here. Alrighty? Just like that. And it's a lot cooler than your joint, and so coughing is not as prevalent to be coughing, so it's much nicer on your respiratory system. If you do find you're coughing a bit, try to turn the temperature down a little bit. It might be too hot for you. I notice too that I tend to count 4 breaths in and 4 counts, 4 counts in and 4 counts out when I'm inhaling from here. So you can give that a try too. I'll do one more. And then I'll pay attention and notice how it feels. So why would you want to use a vape pen versus your tinctures, versus your topicals or your edibles? So vaping is the fastest onset. So if you're dealing with anything really severe or acute that's just starting to flare or starting to get started, and you're noticing, and a tincture may not cut it right away, that's when I go to a vape. So for things like onset of a migraine or a headache, pain flare, so all of a sudden your pain is intensified, an anxiety situation, so you can feel an anxiety attack coming on and you need to take care of that right away, grab your vape pen. Pain, what was the other thing? So yeah, in pain, like a migraine or other pain that's really coming on strong, anxiety, also for sleep. So I like to vape before sleeping because it sets in right away. So those are just a few reasons of why you would want to vape. Do you like to vape? Is that your method of ingestion? Post below and let me know how that experiences go for you. And do you have a favorite vape pen that you could share with us? Because there's so many on the market, and a variety of them work different for different people. So that's your vaping for today, and enjoy.